was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. I'm not even angry. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me, tore me to pieces, and threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line. And we're out of beta, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned to think of all the things we've learned for the people who are still alive. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run, there's research to be done on the people who are still alive. And believe me, I am still alive. And while you're dying, I'll be still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Still alive. I'm still alive, baby. 体は超合金今立ち上がれよ大地を蹴って熱い獅子を呼び覚ませ必殺必殺爆発パワーな鼻から小判俺はファンキー俺はジャーニー俺はゴージャスインパクトインパクトインパクトインパクトインパクト
Who's the girl next door living in the haunted mansion?
You better learn my name, cause it's Ashley.
She knows the darkest smells and she brews the meanest potions.
Might be the ingredient I seek.
Don't let yourself be fooled by her innocent demeanor.
You better be afraid of the great Ashley.
She doesn't play with dolls and she never combs her hair.
Who has time for girly things like that? I am mute. I cast a hex on you. Grandma's wig. This'll make you big. Kitten spit. Soon your pants won't fit. Panelonus giganticus. Oh no, not again.
She can rule the world and still finish all her homework.
Everyone knows I'm the greatest. Ashley.
You'd better watch your step or she'll cast that spell on you.
I turned my teacher into a spoon. I lost after my spells, and yes, it's true. Well, I don't have as many friends as you. But I think you're nice, and maybe we could be friends. And if you say no, you're toast. I am mute. I cast a hex on you. Grandma's wig. This'll make you big. Kitten spit. Soon your pants won't fit. Panelonus giganticus. Oh no, not again.
Who's the girl next door living in the haunted mansion?
You better learn my name, cause it's Ashley.
Just remember this when you see her on the street.
I'm the coolest girl you'll ever meet. I'm the coolest girl you'll ever meet. I'm the coolest girl you'll ever meet.
All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons. I will turn it over to Gold King now.
Hello everybody, welcome to Tales of Miraleth, the Dungeons & Dragons game that we should be hosting weekly on Wednesdays, but haven't been able to for about 3 weeks now. To start off with our little session, as we generally tend to do, it comes to you, the viewer, as I am the DM of this world, and I invite you to join us. So as you find yourself, should you choose to join us in our little world of D&D, you would either be coming to a tavern for the first time, or for the second, third, fourth time, however many times you've come here before, but you've come here for one specific reason, as that is to hear the tale of the Fox Bard telling this tale of Miraleth. Unfortunately today, that excitement to hear the continuation of the tale is met with a solemn disappointment, as when you get there, he doesn't seem to be there this time. Upon further inquiry, however, you would find from the bartender that he's left a note behind. Dear friends, I have taken off to traveling to our fair capital in order to pay off some taxes and fines that I have left sitting for much too long. I can understand that many of you have gathered to hear my songs and tales, and not to worry, I have already written what happens next. And indeed, behind said note, there is a listing of pages that simply tell the next part of this story. The story picks up with our party having slowly gathered and woken up from the tavern that they found in Ventonland, a small farming village near the center of the non-darkness controlled land in this world of Miraleth. As the party slowly starts to wake up to the early morning's light and the nice red hue of the rising sun over the horizon, softly shining through some of the windows of the inn, many of them find themselves woken to music. The music softly seems to call to each and every one of them, even the one who was sleeping outside in the stables. And slowly they are drawn in to the main room of the tavern. Zim, if you would, play the music.
I am playing music.
If you, the music that I sent you for the session specifically.
Oh, that one, okay.
That music.
Wherever it went. There it is.
Come to me now, travelers, come sit for a while. I'll tell you a story of the lunar isle, the story of valor, of life and of death, the story, the tale of Miraleth. First page of this story now comes for to see. For the first of this story, it starts on the sea. The story of honor, of life and of death. The story, the tale of Miraleth. Our heroes, they toil through the water and sea, a test of their strength and tenacity. But the story of heroes is not nearly over. The story of heroes has only begun. The story of valor, of life and of death. The story, the tale of Miraleth. Found on the isle, far, far from home. It's left for our heroes now for to roam, seeding with danger and mystery. Who knows what lays next for our company? The story
Tales of our endeavors proliferate.
Life and of death. The story, the tale of Miraleth. Our story now starts to come to a rise, with a magical gnome A story of magic, but don't hold your breath. The story, the tale of Miraleth. Now to navigate through darkness and trees, taking their guidance, guided by breeze. Monument showing now by the map. Let's hope that our heroes find rest from attack. The story of ancients, of life and of death. The story, the tale of Miraleth. Now in a tavern of civilized land, a chance for to rest has come to our band. The isle shows danger from darkness to come, with only respite of the rising sun. The story of shadows, of life and of death. The story, the tale of Miraleth. Heroes come to me, a story to tell. A story of when the whole land broke to hell. For now that your story has only begun, another tale shows of this land undone. The story of champions, life and of death. The story, the tale of Miraleth. This our home, the ancient isle, saw itself in sunlight smile. Then above the light did fall, raining fire unto us all. Those above, they faded away, but 6 old heroes fought to stay. Blood of ancients, strength from within, a bloodline passed down is where you begin. Find the sons and daughters of old, this our quest for you to behold. This the song foretelling your fate, now shall end at your starting gate. Now a new party shall come on together, facing the forces of the nether. Now a new face shall join in the fate, a chance to atone for one reprobate. This is our story of life and of death. This is our tale of Miraleth.
The fox softly gives a light bow to all of you as you've gathered before him by the hearth of the fire nearby inn. It is none other than the fox that the viewers had been seeing before, now before you. He gives a light smile to everyone around you, and gives a light tip of his hat. You're all 2 weeks late, you know, he simply says to you.
2 weeks late for what?
Or late.
Well, 2 weeks late for... He glances around himself, seeming to be almost a little bit confused. I'm actually not quite sure. Something was supposed to happen, though. It's still going to happen, I'm sure. Whatever it is. You're here now, and that's what matters.
Graham, not knowing it's ironic, looks at everyone else and says, "This guy is crazy."
I agree.
Debatably.
Allegedly.
Most likely.
Without a doubt.
Indubitably.
Not certified yet.
Certainly.
I like how someone typed in that Snowy jokingly blasts the bard.
Ristforn will throw lightning past Dale.
I deny this.
Oh, okay.
I will take this lightning.
I mean, are you using a spell slot for that, or like how are you doing that?
I have zero ability to stop that from happening.
No, I'm asking Rishforn how he's straight up doing the lightning.
Oh.
Cantrip. I could do that
Oh,
as
it's a
much as I
cantrip?
want.
Oh, I didn't know that was a cantrip.
Electrifying bolt?
That's seriously a cantrip?
Yeah.
It's a
my
modified
God.
version of Firebolt, but
Oh, okay. Well,
you
all right
approved
then.
it, and I've been using
did.
it for weeks.
I did. I didn't think it was a cantrip though. I thought that actually took spell slots. I still
Although
approve
I
of it.
don't
I
really
still
think
approve of
the
it.
owner of the inn or tavern is going to appreciate lightning bolts being shot off inside his establishment.
That is in fact true, and it does get everyone else who was also sleeping to start complaining.
I think you already got a warning for it, didn't you?
I'm not actually thinking at
Oh
him.
yeah, I think.
Gold King knows what actual spell I could use for this, though.
Yes, I know. Yeah, yes, I do.
Well, can I pick up silence?
But that spell's actually a lot quieter. It's more like static electricity, I guess. Sorry, what was the question?
Someone was asking if Ristform got warned about like shooting off like electricity or other things like that.
I mean the other night he basically got an everyone disliked that. There were
Alright.
notably like guards and whatnot in the tavern. Anyways, though, you are now all awake with this gentleman who seems to know of your travels, simply sitting there.
Graham walks up to it and stares very intently, trying to remember who the hell this person is, assuming because he just assumes that he knows this person.
You don't know this person at all, not even remotely. Sorry, I had to. I'm gonna say right now I'm wearing earbuds, so I have to keep adjusting them. It's very annoying. But you do not know this person at all. You've never met him. You've never seen him before in your life. But he seems to be very friendly and acknowledges you staring at him with a nod. Otherwise, though, you do notice around the tavern, at least this morning, there happens to be a strange figure who has a cloak and with a top hat on top of the cloak. It looks somewhat familiar, as well as there is another cloaked figure who seems to be carrying a very large bird cage with him that also has a sort of drape over it. But besides these two other weirdly cloaked figures, it's simply the bartender who seems to be setting up for the morning, preparing some food and whatnot with the assistance of a handmaiden, likely expecting a very early morning dinner rush. You can already smell a few sausages and some eggs being cooked from the back kitchen.
Quick question. Are any of the people who is the one person who seems familiar? Is he talking to anyone at the moment, or
Nope,
not?
he's simply sitting alone, smoking a pipe. He seems to have a cup of tea in front of him.
Darn, so I can't roll to see if I recognize the voice.
Not the voice, no.
Graham gives up trying to determine who this this fox is. So how do you know us?
How do I know you?
Yes.
He asks, blinking a few times. Oh, right, the songs. He says with a bit of a smile and a nod. That's all the explanation he gives you. He simply smiles and stares at you.
You see Graham slowly lowering Snowy to the floor, and it somehow seems more ominous than it should be.
He chuckles softly to himself. All right. What's of it then? I thought you all would like a song about your own journeys. That's my job, after all. I am a bard.
The songs are great.
What? How did you even hear about this?
Through the
Hang on.
songs.
What about the bard code? You're not supposed to interact with us.
What bard code? Since when? Oh, hold! I came here to sing the song. I am. Do you not want to hear the song?
You're not supposed to interact with the subject.
Says who? Since when?
Says the Bard
Hold on.
College.
What? There's a college for these things?
I honestly cannot remember the name of the show, but a friend showed me it. It's a D&D parody thing. I want to say it's on Hulu now, but it started on YouTube.
You will very much have to link it to us so that I can see whatever this is, because it sounds awesome. But that aside, the bard still continues to sit there and smile.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hammer shall not fall.
Oh, it very well might.
Are you at least a friend?
Of course I am. Why would I make you a song?
So you're not stalking us to murder us in our sleep or anything.
Why would I make you a song? Why would I make your little party a song, come here, sing it to you, and then just expect to kill you all?
There's been weirder things.
Putting us at our ease before you plunge the knife in?
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, then how am I going to kill all of you? And the bear outside?
Very carefully.
You
True,
also seem to know things that you couldn't possibly have known, so that's slightly worrying.
I mean, we've seen a lot of weird things. Can we really question this at this point?
We haven't seen that many weird things.
No, krakens, sea monsters, shadows that when you kill them, they just kind of disappear and attack you again.
Yes.
Gnomes that like gems. Automatons that won't give us any information.
Okay, fair. It's been mostly pretty weird. But you're in civilized land now.
Well, you weren't before?
But you were in previously civilized land. It's a whole story. Do you have a map by chance?
Perhaps.
Alright, depending on when this map was made, there should be a city on it called Brightwall. That city was only recently made. And that has been the sort of holding back of the darkness from the southern little area here, whatever you want to call it, peninsula, whatever it is. It's been keeping this general populace safe and happy and mainly not dead, which is very
That's
important.
a good thing.
Yes, I do agree.
Flutaire, you are really quiet. At least
I turned down the sensitivity of my mic so it would catch less random noises.
Oh, and you're also turned down on my end, so let me turn you up.
I might fix it.
Flutaire, talk.
How's that? Any better?
That's better. Anyways,
continue.
carry on.
Well, you all are you're all still gathered around him. Graham is still, I believe, asking him questions. Cidier,
Graham doesn't just randomly ask questions. His curiosity has already been satisfied.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Craig, Cidier, maybe Ristforn some more, and Zaire, as well as Zale. How did the rest of you feel about this interesting, foxy individual who literally just pouted out a song that seems to be directly related to your adventures?
Will you join us on our adventure?
Yeah. That's why I'm here, actually.
Oh?
Yeah.
That was easy.
Yeah. Basically. Do you want some drinks? You should. Oh, by the way, you should probably eat some food today. Just get yourself nice and ready while things are still quiet.
Still,
I would like to know the future, please.
Well, I don't know the future, but I do know the future from when people have heard my songs and then sung them back to me. Well, read them back to me, and it's not necessarily even that clear. It's more just, a foreboding sense of things.
high expectations.
Crag skeptically eyes the bard.
Zale turns to like one of the maids that are serving and orders some eggs and bacon.
Sidier would be ordering lots of sausages.
Does Graham have money?
I'm sure the
There
bard will
is-
pay for it.
There is
Yes,
notably
yes.
other breakfast goods ready and available. It's just eggs and bacon that you can easily smell. from
Graham
the
will get
kitchen.
some food. How much does food cost?
We'll put it under the bard's tab.
Yeah,
Alright.
the bard actually he did he did offer, like, ask if you want to get drinks. He's also offering to take a breakfast as well. He's offering to put that under his dime.
You're very nice for a stalker.
I like the stalker. We should keep him.
My name is Moriarty McCann, by the way.
That's a long name.
Well, I mean, you could just call me Moriarty. McCann is my last name.
I shall call you more.
Okay.
Zaya's going to go and see if they have any fruit.
They do in fact have a fruits. Mainly stuff that's in season at the moment, which tends to be apples, pears, and a few bananas. So those are apparently imported now, a little more expensive, but the bar doesn't seem to mind.
So, where are we heading to next?
Where are you headed to next? That's a good question, actually. I haven't written a song about that
I
yet.
think we wanted to go to, I think it was Bellingham, to learn about the spirits and whatnot.
But Brightwall sounds like an interesting thing. If they've been able to hold it back for this long.
Oh, if you wanted to learn about the spirits, that's why I came here too. Came here
Oh.
to tell you a little bit about them.
Go on.
I was in Bellingham just a few days ago, but I had to come here to meet you fellows. I left a
expert that we
funny.
were supposed to meet?
Pardon?
Are you the expert that we were supposed to meet?
I would assume so. I mean, I don't exactly know, but I am an expert on these kinds of things. I write music, so that makes me an expert, I'm sure. He smiles softly. Continues to simply stare at the party expectantly, almost waiting for questions or some sort of interaction.
I will offer him food.
Oh, sure, certainly, thank you. Would you all like to sit down? He gestures to a few of the tables that are just barely large enough for the entire party to sit at, but clearly made for larger parties, such as this one.
That would be best for listening to stories.
Graham will sit down.
Crag sits down but keeps a hand on his dagger under the table.
Graham is looking at the bard like he's expecting to like basically just get like his fortune told.
Zale grabs his breakfast and sits down, but he's kind of more paying attention to the rest of the inn rather than what's going on right in front of him.
Sidier would sit next to Moriarty.
All right. Zar? You're the only one unaccounted for, I believe.
Yeah, Zaya's going to sit down with the group.
Okay. So as everyone comes to sit down, Mr. McCann, takes up his lute, sort of sets it aside at his chair. Seems to crack his knuckles and prepare some silverware that he had already there on the table. Of course, every table's already set, so it's not like he had to set it up preemptively. But as he's waiting for the food to come about, as There's about 6 of you, and it takes a bit of time for every meal to cook for the ones that weren't already sort of preemptively prepared. He starts to go over the story. Long ago, this entire island, this entire land used to be a great ancient civilization of champions and people who were nearly akin to
Our community grows.
reaching up to the gods. Of course, the gods themselves didn't seem to take to that very kindly. And so it's said that a great star fell to the north. And from that day, it became known as Starfall, but the ancient people still tried to grow and rebuild there. So then another cursing of the gods. Not sure which ones necessarily, but some gods, or maybe even something else. Honestly, it's hard to tell when you weren't there. But something long ago went out and wiped out the entire champion civilization. These ancient peoples. Most of their names, ratings, and all that sort of stuff are long lost or, kept in those towers that people tried to figure out or deal with. Have little to no success. I'm sure you've already been to one, because I'm pretty sure that was in one of the songs. He says, scratching the back of his head, almost trying to remember. It seems sort of strange that he's written these songs, but doesn't seem to properly remember them. Regardless, though, of all that business, it was said that there were 6 champions of old that were able to survive the torrent of the stars falling and whatever sort of hideous nastiness came next. And those 6 champions lived on and, lived. And as living would entail, they lived. Eventually, though, I believe they did get, married something. I'm not sure if they married each other, if there were other people still alive. Maybe there were other civilizations. I don't know. But it said that they somehow passed down their bloodline. And to this day, that bloodline seems to be people believe it to be the only thing that could stop this oncoming darkness, as they believe the bloodline of the ancients and the darkness itself to be somewhat connected, as it's roughly, the same time frame. Yeah. So many thousand years ago, the ancients got destroyed. So many thousand years ago, the darkness showed up. So many thousand years ago, 6 people survived. It all seems connected.
Coincidental?
For knowing as much as you know, you also seem to know nothing.
Well,
Welcome to Bards.
Well, the whole thing, though, is that nobody really knows anything about it. This happened thousands of years ago, and with only 6 people left around to really document or take to story what exactly happened, it's likely that those didn't exactly survive the best. The fact that we know that there were 6 people that survived at all is astonishing, because the fact that they didn't die or their memory didn't fade out over the hundreds and hundreds of years is amazing.
Are you a champion?
Pardon?
Are you a champion? You seem to know a lot.
No? Do I seem like a champion?
Graham looks to City Air and thinks, cleric. Hey, can you talk to the gods? Ask them why they fucked this place up. Does that work that way?
City would stare down Graham.
I mean, it could have been different gods. Don't the gods change or something? Every now and again? They start killing each other and whatnot? I don't know. I've never been a religious type. He looks at Sidier expectantly, seeming to recognize that she is a cleric.
Bahumat shall live forever.
Okay, but
if your god's that old, then couldn't he possibly know something? Does your god talk to you?
Sometimes.
Or sometimes.
But I do not want to quarrel him.
I see. Okay. Well then. I'm sure he probably wouldn't mind either way. Probably. I really don't know.
Gods are busy.
He just slowly nods and gives a tough smile. Yes, sure, of course. So he looks around to the rest of the party. Anyone else have any other sort of questions, I suppose?
Well,
Risforn's just
so,
been
I would like to know a little bit more about what those spirit things are.
Oh, you mean the things that you call the darkness?
Yes.
Well, most people call them the darkness, but most people don't seem to actually understand what those things are. Those are, it's believed and theorized to be the spirits of the ancients themselves, trying to take back their homeland. After all, we did sort of just, come in here and pop ourselves down while it was completely deserted until a whole bunch of shadow demon creatures started popping up and around. Though some adventurers have stated that they don't seem to show up in the lands of Starfall, though no one's ever gotten to the city that was Starfall itself.
No one's gotten there. Why would you need to protect it?
What do you mean?
Well, they said that no, they don't defend it. Just no one's gotten there. They shouldn't need to defend it.
The bard blinked at you a few times in confusion. Who's defending it?
I don't know. You said the ancients.
It was once the home of the ancients, yes.
Correct.
Yes. All right, then. He glances around, somewhat confused. I believe I've answered your question?
Correct.
Okay. He shrugs to himself as the barmaid comes around with a few more plates of food, setting one in front of the bard. He happily starts to eat a bit of it and nods to her with a slight wink.
Risforn's just been glaring suspiciously at this bard the whole time.
Crag still does not trust the bard.
Moriarty the bard glances over to Risforn and nods to him. So what's the story behind the eye?
It flashes to a different color, and he just keeps glaring. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be interacting with us.
Really? Huh.
You can't be involved in a story you're writing.
I didn't write this story. I sing songs
But you're
about it.
influencing it.
No, I'm just sitting here.
Doesn't that change when you come with us, though?
By the way, the show that I was talking about is Journey Quest.
Oh, that.
Please do link it.
I think it's on Hulu.
Okay,
They've got 2 seasons and a 3rd one on its way.
Noted. Anywho, what do you
Vale
mean?
was paying less attention to what was going on and more attention to like who was hiring around in the inn.
Who's hiring around? What?
Like who was discussing that they were hiring? I mean, we're mercenaries. We gotta find some mercenary work.
Like I said, at the moment, it seems to be a man in a cloak who wears a top hat on top of his cloak, and the man with the cloaked birdcage and a cloak. Cloaks seem to be rather in right now. So the bard just,
Graham seems to not find the cloak suspicious at all.
Well, Graham does seem to be almost wearing a cloak himself, so that's fair.
you know, and his whole family history.
He just continues to casually sit back, chewing his food, staring at Wristform.
Crag asks, how do we know we can trust you?
How can you trust anyone? Takes another bite of his food casually.
Most people don't start singing songs about what I've been doing to me.
That's fair. No one's ever done that for me, personally. What,
Shall we
are
be
you
on our
offering?
way?
Pardon?
Shall we get on our way?
If you want to, but I do believe there's another song that I actually have for the lot of you when you're all set to go. I do highly recommend, though, that you do finish your lunch, your breakfast, whatever it is you'll be having.
Yeah, Graham was eating the entire time since his food arrived.
Oh, of course, of course. He's just making sure that everyone has eaten their food and has gotten a word in edgewise.
Sidir has finished.
CDR is finished. Mr. Zaire, Graham, you said you finished too?
Yeah.
Zaire's finished and looks eager to get away from all the people in the tavern.
Alright. Ristforn, Crag, and Zale. Zale, you're not even really. I don't think you care about this.
No,
So I guess
I've
it's
already finished my breakfast and I'm already past interested in other things.
Alright, so we're at Crag and Ristforn then. Do either of you not liking this bard?
Crag has taken advantage of the generosity and eaten as much as he could.
Raceform will happily eat more and more. You know, possibly
Sidir will only eat the
overstuffing
mountain.
himself. You know, you if somebody offers you free food, eat as much as you can.
Of course, of course.
Did
Get
you
all
order-
of your money's worth out of it. You know.
Yeah, of course. Of course, if it does take a little while for them to continuously keep cooking for you as you go through plate after plate.
He's gonna specifically want fish bacon with
That's actually really
fish
good.
sausages.
The bard maid looks very confused at you as she's taking note of this.
I'll also take a robin egg omelet with coriander made French style, red caviar in that, and a licorice liqueur, please.
She goes, right. We got chicken eggs.
Yes, all that with some Arnold brick oven white, with boysenberry jam, please. Raspberry. There's a distinct difference between the raspberry and the boysenberry that just goes perfectly with the Arnold brick oven. You understand, I'm sure.
You want to eat an oven?
Sale takes
Have
a
you
large
not
loaf of bread
heard
and
of
sticks
bread?
it in Ristforn's mouth and drags him away.
Crag is more than happy with table scraps. He has no standards.
Sidir will eat the bare minimum.
All right then. The barmaid, she does her best to accommodate Ristforn's very specific tastes, though it seems to fall quite a bit short, as she seems to have absolutely almost no idea as to what you're talking about half the time. But you do get more food.
That's the important piece.
Once everyone has eaten up, the bard seems to be preparing another little song on his lute. Well, not really on his lute. He seems to be humming to himself, more or less, while gently strumming it. Though the strumming I cannot do because I didn't have enough time to prepare 2 songs for this session.
Is he using magic?
No.
Okay, so he's just strumming.
At the moment, yes. He's using any bardic magic currently. Does anyone do anything with the other 2 individuals in the bar before we continue though?
Ristforn is
said
going
you
to
were
ask
bad.
for some tea to go.
So you said the one in the top hat seemed familiar, right?
The one wearing the top hat on the outside of his cloak seems somewhat familiar, yes.
Graham will try to like look around and like see if he can't see the man's face. Although who wears a cloak with a top hat on top of the
That would probably be someone you've met before who wears a top hat.
I wonder who that be.
I wonder. But yeah, no, Graham, you can easily see his face if you at least approach him. Do you do so?
Yeah.
Alright, as you approach him, you notice that it is the gnome. He looks over to you and he gives a little bit of a smile and says, "Oh, hello!
Oh, hi,
What are you doing?
Greaves. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?"
We teleported here.
Oh, I think I did the same.
You seem to have that magic
Odd,
ability.
us both teleporting to the same place.
But convenient. I even found a little shiny stone sitting off in the field.
Oh?
Yes, another little thing to add to the cart. Regardless, though, I don't suppose any of you have come across any gems since we last spoke.
I don't see how we could have. We were stuck in a tower where if we touched anything, Mr. Automaton or whatever would have murdered us.
Zale kind of leans over and goes, "Harkness."
Oh, alright, I didn't know that. There weren't any gems in there?
Well, he was very keen on us not touching anything.
Ah, so there were gems, and you just didn't get them. Gotcha.
There were no gems.
That we saw. It was mostly books.
Oh, right. Either way, though, I'll be, keeping around in case you do find any. At least I'll be trying to.
Are you interested in any ancient text?
Pardon?
Are you interested in any ancient text?
Ancient texts, like books of old?
Translations?
Translation, are they magical?
No.
If it's not magical, I probably wouldn't be interested in it now.
Oh, okay.
Magic items are the best items because they are the ones that do things. He gives a soft smile as he folds his hands next to his cup of still steaming tea. It's odd that it's been steaming this long, as he has been sitting there the entire time you ate breakfast.
Well, it was nice seeing you again, Mr. Greaves.
Oh, it was nice to see you too. Look out for my cart if you get any more gems. I'll be sure to, try
Take them
to
off our
keep up with your adventures. After all, you never know what kind of items you might be leaving behind. Very valuable. I swear I get the best items from adventurers who simply leave things behind, willy-nilly. So easy. So easy. Well, as you finish speaking with him, or appear to finish speaking with him as far as I can tell, Moriarty, the bard, seems to lean back in his chair a bit, and he gestures the lot of you over and he says, "Hey, I'm guessing you want to hear a song before you go? After all, that's how I pay for all this food."
I don't see why not.
Go ahead.
Alright, give me a quick moment. Zim, the music again, if you please.
With the lyrics?
No, not, sorry, don't play the music again. Just cut the music that is going for the stream
okay.
right now. 'Cause I do have another song prepared. It's just I didn't have music actually prepared to go with it, so this is purely vocal. And he gives his lute a single strum. Can't you see what they've done to the new rising sun? When in its fortress lies darkness, its powers they do rise. He seems to blink a bit as he stops. He glances to the rest of you and he says, "Oh, this song's still being written." He gives a sort of wide, toothy grin before he starts to stand up and head outside. As he begins to do so, you notice that it starts to become eerily dark.
Welp.
I knew we were gonna get our fortunes told.
What? Isn't it supposed to be morning?
It is morning.
Why is it dark out?
Oh, you have to go see.
Graham will follow outside.
Wristform
Crag
will...
has now drawn his dagger and is going out.
Dyer's also going to head outside.
All right.
Wristform's still waiting for his tea.
Sail heads outside.
Wristtorn is waiting for his tea as darkness falls over the outside. His tea does come, though. It didn't seem to take that long.
Now describe the to-go mug that it's in.
Oh, she does inform you that you can drink it, but you can't take it with you.
Ordered it to go, so it has to be ready to go.
She blinks at him and shakes her head. We don't do that.
Then why didn't you say so when I ordered it?
Didn't know what you meant by it.
Can I give a wrist
How
form
could
an
you
empty
not
water skin?
understand? How could you not understand what I meant by I'd like it to go?
To go where? On your plate? In the cup? I assumed it would go there.
Put it in your water skin. We need to get going.
Fine, I'll pour it in my water skin.
You pour the hot tea into your water skin. The water skin is now very warm. As the lot of you head outside, you seem to notice that the cloaked figure with the cloaked cage seems to also join with you towards the back of your party. The gnome glances out the window, and he seems to think it's a good idea to stay inside. But as you do come outside, I need to share a map with you all. There we go. Did that work? Yes, it did. There we go. You all see this?
I see
I
loading.
see it loading.
Yeah, I see loading. I also see Kai way off in the distance.
Yeah, Kai's
Loading,
over in
loading,
this.
loading.
Kai is over in the stables.
Okay, now I see gray. I see skies of gray.
I see tavern.
It should be a lot of gray. Yes, there is the entrance of the tavern of where you exited. As you do step outside, you see a rather
Fly
eerie.
too far away.
Oops, sorry,
All
Zayo.
of
Zayo, I accidentally
us.
rotated you while I was zooming out.
Let me fix that. Never mind, you got it. All right. Well, as you all step outside, you are treated to the sight of in the far distance, where you can see the sun. There seems to also be a spire of darkness branching out from the north that seems to shoot towards the sun. And in minutes to moments, it seems to slowly begin to create a giant circle of blackness in front of the sun. And from there, it grows and grows until the sun is completely eclipsed.
I'm only asking this just because of how massive an event this is, but would my detect magic from my arcane sight? I know it's usually only like 60 feet, but like I'm assuming something like this massive, I still might be able to see some kind of magic.
I mean, it looks like purple iridescence mixed with like an almost like darkness that looks like it's licking flames. It looks very magical. Like you don't even need mage sight to think, this is probably some kind of weird magic going on here.
I was just trying to see like if maybe I could use it to like infer anything more like
Oh no,
anything any kind of like specifics.
This is like nothing you've likely ever seen before. But as it blocks out the sun, the edges of the sun's light slowly turn from the bright sort of white and yellow to a sort of orange hue before slowly then turning purple as the color purple sort of coats the land. But still, with the sun being blotted out, it's so dark and shady you can barely see in front of your own faces. It's as though it is night. Though you can see from the edges of this giant circle of darkness eclipsing the sun in this morning sky. Giant black tendrils seem to shoot out from the main mass of that circle and seem to be flying through the almost nighttime sky. The sky is one of the few things that still has any sort of color or light to it. But you can see these tendrils shooting out with their purple-black fieriness, seeming to land in other places amidst the land before one large, giant ball seems to land directly next to where the entire party is standing. And for a moment, all anyone can see is pitch black darkness. But as everyone's eyes slowly start to adjust, you do realize that the entire land that you're standing in seems to have been coated in simply pitch black. You can still make out various shapes and whatnot because of the purple iridescence that whatever this essence is seems to have. But generally speaking, you can barely make out just the various lights in general. All you have is each other, who seem to be strangely unaffected by it.
Does my dark sight give any advantage here, or is
It does.
goes past that? Okay.
What is your range on dark sight?
60 feet, I think. I can double check.
Graham says nothing about this stuff reminding him of the same things that happen whenever he curses people.
Graham's softly sweating.
Actually, Graham probably is, although he doesn't know, he doesn't fully understand why.
But as you all run out and see this, you also see that Moriarty is seeming to settle down on the ground, sitting cross-leggedly as he's strumming his lute a bit more. Now he does seem to be using some sort of magic to make a small aura of light around himself. Which would reveal a
Hey, what are you doing?
Risform will cast Counterspell
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I feel like that would that work? Would that work?
No, because he doesn't even have it.
I was about to say, do you have that?
Not
as,
yet.
as he does, he seems to light up the small area around himself, which sort of seems to help the immediate area, at least with the darkness. The darkness seems to softly fade from the ground as he's lightly strumming some music.
Damn, it's also still technically daytime, isn't it?
It is daytime right now, technically speaking.
Zale turns to City Air and asks him what he wants to do.
Well, sorry, what?
Zale turns to City Air and asks her what she wants to do.
Before Sidir can properly reply, it seems that the bard does continue singing.
Oh.
Just to fill you in. To the light of the day, now that light is taken away, day turns to night, and now we must fight, for darkness seeks its only blood right. And with the words that are sung, it seems that you notice more or less general shapes amidst the background of darkness, seeming to softly form and shamble towards the rest of the party.
One sec. Fluffy and Rel, you both still there? Looks like their internet died.
Oh, shite.
Oh.
Alright, so brief intermission before stuff goes down.
Well, you could at least prep the counter or whatever.
Yep, there they
No,
go.
it's already set up. I had it set up from the beginning.
So should we roll initiative?
You likely should, but you probably do have a few seconds to more or less form a plan. Because it seems that they are just, now starting to form. I would give you, a few moments if you want to talk things through and try and figure things out.
Graham votes to light a candle.
I would agree about lighting one of the candles. Definitely.
Yeah. You will light it though.
I mean,
you each have one.
Well, we don't
I got
have...
One of these candles will protect the immediate 5-foot radius around you.
Don't have a kobold, but there's the closest, so... City Air, we know take candle.
What?
Have you never heard of the admittedly horribly designed kobolds of
Warcraft?
Zim?
Yes.
You cut out. Did you say Warcraft?
Yes.
Never played it.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest, I never have either.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot of things Zims hates that I haven't done.
I only played Warcraft 3, and I don't remember there being kobolds in that, so...
There were, but they didn't emphasize the candle thing in that.
Oh, I know what you mean now.
I was trying to make a joke based on a bit of a meme, but okay.
Sasha and Fluffy, how you guys holding up? You guys back? You here?
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah,
Okay.
internet.
Welcome back to Tales of Miraleth. I'm
I
your
like
host,
to imagine Crag just randomly passed out and came back.
I mean, you likely fainted because, the world is, just turning to darkness right now. And it seems to be not a good time.
Also, I feel really bad for Kai.
Yeah, Crag's gonna go out and look for Kai to see if she's okay. And I got Dark Vision 50.
Well, those like spirit creature things are kind of descending upon us.
Right. They
And
are.
are likely about to
probably missed
attack.
that.
And also, they kind of have camouflage with the fact that the entire land right now is like covered in inky black. So even though you do kind of have dark vision, since these things are also made of dark, they are kind of hard to see. However, you
Advanced dark.
Advanced. This is advanced darkness. Yes.
It's like
However-
you can see in the dark, but it's still like trying to see someone in like a black ninja suit against a black wall.
However, because of your dark vision, you are able to see things that aren't completely darkness, which would happen to be boop-a-da-boo.
Nothing.
Hold on. Oh crap! No, they're hidden. Let me make them not hidden to you.
It's still loading in. Can you reshare the map?
Can I what? Oh, reshare the map? Sure.
Never mind, I figured it out.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
So the things you do notice that don't really blend in with the darkness as well as everything else would are these three farmers who are just basic commoners, but they seem to have already been got. They already got.
Vested.
Yeah, they have the telling sign of purple glowing eyes.
We should probably take arms and defend ourselves.
These are basic farmers with purely pitchforks, by the way.
Roll initiative.
Yes, everybody do go ahead and roll initiative. But like I said, you do likely have a few moments before the forces would reach you to the point where I've set them up. If you want to make any sort of plans before combat,
Oh.
Zaire.
Zaire, eyes haven't adjusted yet.
Zaire spends a turn being completely awestruck by the fact that the sun got blocked out.
He's
Like
probably
that.
just like, yes, my eyes don't hurt.
Apparently,
morning?
apparently the internet really messed with your rolls.
Yeah, all three of your rolls. These guys.
Zale's just scared. No, Zale's just scared of the darkness because it might have light.
It might have light in it.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Holy
More likely
crap.
he's still disturbed by you throwing lightning at him inside a safe place.
I
like how
have
the
no
two
words
leaders-
for what's happening to our initiative rolls here.
The two leaders, though.
Okay.
Yeah, City and Ristforn, they'll take lead.
Okay. So the area surrounding Moriarty is safe, right?
More or less. He does seem to be creating some light around him with his bardic magic.
Okay.
Unknown magics.
Those of you that are ranged, you flock around him. Those that are melee, one of you light a candle and get in there.
Has anyone lit a candle yet?
No one has lit a candle yet. No one has decided to. as
City,
far as I can tell.
light a candle.
I shall light a candle.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and do me a favor and remove that candle from your inventory.
Oh, use the entire candle?
Yes, it is a consumable.
So that lasted like 2 hours.
Did I thought I gave details on it. Did no one write the details down?
I did actually.
Okay, what were the details I gave on it? If you don't
Let me
mind.
go look through my logs. Where's my character sheet? There.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 hours.
That sounds about right.
Second session. 6 darkness candles that could ward off the darkness for almost a night.
Almost okay. So, geez. Okay, so that's okay. All right then. Sure. Go ahead and.
However, you did mention that if you once you lit them, they weren't really be able to be lit again.
Okay. So they are consumable then. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought I had them as a consumable type deal.
Long-term consumable.
Yeah. So it is now lit. The area around Cityr as well is now safe from the darkness, but it is not safe, of course, from the possessed commoners.
Oh, I have a bad feeling Kai is possessed.
We're gonna have to fight my bear.
I mean, you're gonna have to figure it out, or there's a chance of maybe.
Wasn't Craig gonna sleep out with the bear? Oh, well, I guess it's morning now.
He did sleep out with the bear, but he was lured into the tavern via this strange calling magic of the bard.
Fair enough. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
If everyone's ready, then we shall go ahead and begin combat.
I should have to deal with Kai being stubborn this time.
All right, so let's see here. 3. That moves there. Next. All right, Zale. You are you feel the darkness swiping out at you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll. I'm using something as a stand-in for darkness because I didn't have a card written up for it, but just having to do it as basic attack. Where is the attack? Oh, here we go. Ignore the +8. Oh. So that's only 8.
Nope.
Yep, okay. So it kind of swipes at you and just kind of like slaps your armor from the immediate darkness outside of you. Moving on from that, though.
This armor can protect so much.
Well, does low light vision help me at all in this, or what?
Isn't that just
Oh,
darkness vision?
Oh, yeah, no, this would be darkness vision, yeah.
Okay.
That's already as far as it can go.
How I wish it was actual night right now.
But it's not.
Don't forget to actually turn on the turn order.
Sorry, what?
Don't forget to actually use the turn order.
Oh, I am.
Nothing selected.
That's because all the invisible things are doing their thing.
Yeah, all the invisible things are doing things right now. Zale, you get attacked a second time from the darkness as you are outside of the protective candle.
Anyone got magic missile?
And it seems to swipe at you, but now that you are on your guard from that first attack, it does seem to miss. Now we come to the first enemy that we can actually see. The commoner, the farmer with their pitchfork, charges at Crag and goes to pitchfork him with a pitchfork. Whoop.
Is he holding it the right way?
Sorry, what?
Is the commoner holding it the right way?
Yeah, they know how to use a pitchfork. They've been in a few angry mobs. Luckily, they're just a farmer, and their attack completely misses you. They go to like swipe at you with it instead of stab at you, and so it just kind of like, eh. They like swing at the air basically, while like screaming with a weird sort of almost ethereal voice.
We should probably knock them out if at all possible.
Yes, Rishthorn. Rishthorn, try not to
turn now.
don't completely kill them, Rishthorn.
Just kill them mostly.
Yes. Maybe you lose a limb or two, but don't kill them.
My magic doesn't exactly work that way.
Awesome.
It's just kind of they just die.
Maybe don't use magic then, the bard suggests.
He'll
Leave the commoners for the melee users and just, I guess, strike anywhere in the darkness.
Magic missile darkness.
I don't have magic missile.
Oh.
He'll take his pike that he normally uses for fishing, like a walking staff, and stab at the commoner.
Right, go ahead and give me that little.
As
you do so,
from a sorcerer.
Yeah,
and now I think we also need a crit fail card.
We do need a crit fail card, yes.
Wait, what's the reach on a pike?
It should be at least 5 feet, I believe.
10 feet.
Yeah.
Pikes have
No.
reach, so.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Oh boy, what is it, Zim? What did you do?
Stumble. You move 5 feet back from the target.
Well, as you stab with your pike, you realize you haven't been practicing with it a lot, and you stumble back into the darkness.
That scared me. Sheesh.
Now we're gonna fight him.
That was not a great thing to happen.
He's a sword. You're asking him to do not magic.
Well, you can do magic. That's not something debilitating.
Graham suggested just to not use the magic on the commoners.
Else.
Alright, Sadir, you moved. What else?
Yeah.
What are you doing next?
I am gonna attempt to smash my mace against a commoner and knock him out.
Alright, so you're
You're
going
doing
for a
non-lethal.
blow. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me that attack.
Got too many menus up. 1 second. Well, I got.
Natural, yeah, nat 20. You use just the perfect amount of force to reach behind and like whap him on the back of the head. As you do so with such a sort of like graceful sort of backhanded uppercut swing that it even knocks the commoner kind of up and over Craig, and he kind of like lands strangely peacefully over by the bar door where he seems to be fairly safe, with no chance of being repossessed.
Okay, cool. I'm just
So should
resetting
I
the
just
advantage.
not give you a
Not give us a what?
card?
Actually, give me a card. I want to see what it says.
Let's see. That is bludgeoning. Stunning blow. Maximum damage, and the target must make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target is stunned.
Oh yeah, he's absolutely stunned.
He's a bit
All
more
right, I
than
think
just stunned.
I
But, yeah.
I would say he's a bit petrified. But yeah, no, that card goes perfectly with what was going to happen anyway. So
Sure, man.
he's just like when he wakes up, he's going to be like in a catatonic state for a bit. It's
Yeah,
gonna,
at least he's alive.
No, he's absolutely alive because you wanted to specifically not kill him, and since you got a perfect roll, you perfectly did not kill him.
Awesome.
And with that, yeah, no, and it's time for the next commoner to go. Graham, you get walked up on by
Oh, the excitement.
another farmer who's screeching with the souls of the damned, trying to hit you with a pitchfork. And he actually hits you.
Yeah, my AC is not exactly super high.
Yeah, he charges forward and slashes at you with a pitchfork. Because for some odd reason, these guys think that pitchforks are slashing weapons and not stabbing weapons. And you get a rather large, well, not. Hold on, let me roll damage.
Large for their size.
That's not bad.
You get a scratch across your chest that does draw blood, but doesn't seem too deep.
Oh, that would be very bad to use on the poor man. Yeah, I can't do that.
After his turn, it is now the turn of something else that is unseen.
Although, if anything other than a commoner hits me, I'm absolutely unleashing Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, by all means, by all means. D. Wait, hold on.
Hellish Speak is great.
Oh, he must have just gotten a really crappy. Yeah, okay, there he is. All right, now to take another minute. But a lot of stuff's gonna be happening with Wristforn now.
Oh, jeez.
Wristforn, you hold on. You get one thing attacking you. Ooh. Okay. Do you have a dexterity save? I mean, no, not dexterity save. I'm sorry. It's agility save, isn't it? I forget what's it called. Sure, I'm tired. No, it's a dex save. Go ahead and give me a dexterity save, a Wristforn. All right, you actually do not save from this creature's grasp, and you feel in the darkness something grab onto you, and almost seems to prod at your mind, but you are able to easily mentally resist this, but it does almost seem to be whispering to you in a language that you, of course, do not properly understand. It's both terrifying and very intriguing at the same time. On to the next one. Oh, what? Hold on. Who are you?
I am Cydia.
No, not you, not Cydia, not you. I just got confused a little bit because I didn't hit the next action. And it actually happens again towards Wristforn. Give me another agility save. I'm sorry, dexterity save. Oh wow, okay. You feel yet another sort of set of these hands of darkness grappling onto you. As you now feel it more and more difficult to mentally resist them. Go ahead and give me a wisdom save? Yes,
Yeah,
wisdom.
that'd be
Wisdom save.
It'd be like resisting mind control would be wisdom.
But you absolutely nail it, and you seem to be resisting them, though they are still both on you and pressing into you.
Oh my.
Then this commoner seems to run up to Mr. Barty Bard. goes to slap at him. Oh, and he actually seems to get a hit in.
Does that bard really only have 8 HP?
Maybe. Yeah, he does get a gash off at Moriarty, and it seems to disrupt the music. So the immediate area around Moriarty is temporarily seems to slowly revert back to darkness as his music stops.
Oh boy.
And then, Graham, you are swiped at from the darkness yet again. What about? Does a 6 hit?
No, a 6 does not hit.
Okay, good. And
if it's under 10, there's no need to ask because just about everything has a minimum AC of 10.
Oh, really? Okay. I'm new at DMing. Okay, don't get mad at me. Don't yell at me. But it generally swipes at you, and you feel these swish through the darkness, telling you that something's approximately to the just below the commoner. Zale, you're
below the commoner, huh?
Yeah, like on the map, you know.
Okay.
Not physically below him, but
Oh,
below
okay.
him map-wise. So it would be to the commoner's right. By the way, Zale, you could probably infer from the multiple attacks on you that you're more or less surrounded. Between yourself.
More kind of concerned with the bard at the moment. So, let's see. If I remember correctly, there's a shove action that she can take. Let's see. Special melee attack, shove a creature.
As it would be Moriarty's turn next, he seems to try and go back to playing his musical magic to try and keep up the area around him with light. And that takes up his turn in focus.
Right.
So it is now Craig's turn.
Wait a second. Don't I get a turn? Or, oh no, Craig goes first. Gotcha.
Yes. It's not your turn yet.
Crag takes a swipe at the commoner with his dagger.
The commoner to your left?
Yeah.
He's already unconscious.
Never mind.
That's the one city you're knocked out. Yeah, he's unconscious.
He's a bit more than unconscious, but yeah.
I'm gonna take out my bow and take a shot at the commoner attacking the bard.
Can you designate that as non-lethal damage?
Yeah, I'm designating.
I don't think you could do that with an arrow.
Not a bow.
I can't shoot him in the leg.
Unless you had some kind of blunt-tipped arrow, it'd still be lethal damage. 'Cause even if you shoot someone in the leg, that's still causing them to bleed.
Yeah.
Aim for the left arm.
Okay, you aim for his left arm. I'm guessing to disarm or something of the sort.
Yeah.
Right. Go ahead.
If I hit him in the shoulder, it will be above his heart, so bleeding out is less.
According to the attacker wants to incapacitate a foe rather than dealing a killing blow. When an attacker reduces a creature to 0 hit points with melee attack, the attacker can knock the creature out. But it does specify melee attack.
Right, so you're going to have to do... Yeah,
but
melee.
Alright, so should I just move closer to him and hit him with my dagger then?
You may.
Probably.
You would basically be backhanding him with the dagger, but yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do that then.
Wow.
should I bother with the card again?
Go ahead, just in case it does something fun. Just make sure it's not a lethal card.
Well, Craig also has to roll for damage too.
It would deadly be concealed.
I would say so.
Yeah, probably.
Shot through the heart. quadruple damage, and the target loses 1/4 of their maximum hit points at the beginning of their turn for 3 rounds.
Wow.
Man, it's too bad you didn't use that arrow.
I think since it's just a commoner, we probably just say, you know.
Yeah, he is smacked out.
I think they've got, what, 2 hit points?
5.
Oh, 5, okay.
Well, that one had 5. The other one had like 3. They didn't have a lot of hit points. Their main purpose was to serve a danger to the candle. Knock. Oh, that's right. I could just do that. Commoner 25.
Hey, Craig, pass the turn. If you're done.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I do not remember how to do that somehow.
Pull
On the
up the
combat
combat
tracker,
tracker.
it's the thing. It's the thing at the bottom left corner.
The one
Okay.
that's... Yeah, there you go. So, Zale, you are surrounded by these things that can't seem to get a swipe off at you.
Yeah, but like I can't see them to target them, right?
You can't see them properly, but you're pretty sure they're generally around you. You could probably take a swipe in the dark or move to safety, which would be around a Sidier and or Moriarty.
Let's see. But the light source is only what, like 5 feet in front of Moriarty?
It's 5 feet
When
radius
was-
from Moriarty,
I
was-
think
around
I think
Sidier.
the area that's revealed now, Moriarty is protecting us from, but the candle only has a 5-foot radius around.
No, the area that's revealed is more or less what you can see. What is still somewhat, filled with light, sort of. It's only the area immediately around Moriarty and the area immediately around Sidier that is actually safe.
Ah.
Gotcha. I guess Zale swipes at the darkness because he doesn't have anything else to do.
Which direction?
Let's call it north.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Let's see. Actions. Disadvantage. Shit.
Boy, Zim, we're gonna be needing a lot of these cards. It's only
Drop the 19. Really?
It dropped 19 for nat 1. Oh, buddy.
So real quick, I'm going to throw out public service announcement about fishing. I just saw news that a previous phishing attempt has they disabled the site. The site got disabled, and apparently they've come back already. To avoid a phishing attempt, it's very easy. You have to be careful about things. 1, always check the site that you are going to. I know I'm interrupting D&D here, but just wanted to throw this out there real quick.
By all means.
Always check the site that you're going to. If somebody links you to a site, check the address bar. Make sure it's an official, real site. If you're not sure what the real site is, do a quick Google search. That usually will reveal whether this is a legit site or not. This particular phishing attempt, they are using discordgg.ga, which they always are very similar to the real site. Because, Discord uses discord.gg. So just always make sure that the domain is correct. Don't click on random links that are sent to you by someone you don't know. And if it's something that seems weird, wait for them to verify. ask your friend, because, you know, it is possible their account got hacked and it's a hacker sending the message. Just send them a message, test to see if they're real, if it's actually your friend. Also, most services offer two-factor authentication nowadays. Use it. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more annoying to log into things, but the overall security is just better. It makes things much safer for you here on the internet and stuff. The whole thing of two-factor authentication is that it requires two parts to log in. Something you know, something you have. You know your password. You have your phone or the generator or whatever the second factor may be. But it's something that you actually have in your physical possession. So just keep those in mind real quick. I'm making a post about it on the Discord again, but just, again, you know, keep those in mind. Anyways, back to this.
Right, back to it. I'm sorry, I was having fun slinging around my magic carp.
Oh, crap.
What? Right, no, yes, we needed another critical fail card.
Because apparently this combat, everyone's either critically winning or critically failing.
That makes it fun.
Snap. Your weapon breaks.
Oh. So Zale, as you swing at the darkness, just like blindly, you actually end up swinging so vibrantly that you smack into the wall that's directly to your left, and just smack it against hard stone, and you hear a loud snapping of wood and metal. You didn't know that you were strong enough to do that, but apparently you are.
Lovely. Drop the stick and pull out the short sword.
All right. I think you would still need a turn or something to do that, right?
I think it does require an action to switch weapons.
Right. So.
No, if he's just dropping the previous one, then it's just a bonus action to draw a new weapon.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and allow it. But either way, that should be the end of your turn. On to Graham, then.
Alright, well. Graham is going to move here, and I would like to attempt to pull Ristforn out of the darkness.
Ristforn, do you allow Graham to even touch you?
That's a good question.
Can he?
Sorry, what?
Can he even see me?
He didn't see where you.
Well, I guess I could see him, but.
Graham,
well, we also saw the commoner that hit me when he was in the darkness too. So.
Yeah, no, that as long as you have either dark vision or low light vision, you can see people, but you can't see you can see the people in the darkness, but you can't see the darkness in the darkness.
Okay. Oh, I don't have either of those, so I guess I can't.
You cannot properly see Ristforn then.
All right.
Reach out and wildly, and then if
you can attempt to grab him with disadvantage because you did.
Is Ristforn making a lot of noise?
That's up to Ristforn. Currently, his mind is being more or less flayed.
Oh, so we're dealing with mind flayers.
No.
What? No.
They're not mind flayers, but basically your mind is more or less being flayed? ? I think that's the right word for it.
I would call it maybe brainwashing or like possession, maybe.
Yeah, more like that.
Well, I succeeded very well on the wisdom save, so I'd say that I would be able to grab
Yeah, you
Graham's hand and...
Alright, Graham will try to pull him into the area right below him.
Okay, go ahead and give
Clockwise.
me a strength check because he is being grappled by 2 of these darkness creatures.
I might not be able to save you, but I tried. Nope.
Yeah, no, that unfortunately does not work. Ristborn, I will go ahead and give you a roll to assist. Alright. You are able to break from the grasp of one of the elemental things, but the other one seems to still be holding on.
Oh, so they're elementals.
I'm sorry, not elementals. I'm using elementals as a stand-in token because they look like ghosts. I'm not sure if you noticed that when I have been rolling against you guys. Actually, no, you can't see my rolls. That's right.
Right.
But yeah, the stand-in token for these things are air elementals.
Alright, I don't think Graham can do anything else at this point, though.
Yeah, unfortunately not. But you did get 1 to stop grasping onto Ristborn, so that does actually provide to be rather.
Yeah.
And it is now Zyre's turn.
Alright, I'm going to move towards this commoner and try a non-lethal attack with my quarterstaff.
Go ahead and give me that sweet old roll. You give it a good old thwack. Go ahead and roll me damage. He is thwooking on the head, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter which one he is. He is out. Is that not him? Which one are you? No, that's you. No, that's not you. Hold on.
You knocked out the
There
correct
we
one.
go. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Oh wait, what? Oh, that's his initiative. I was confused for a second. All right, perfect. Then all of the commoners are now knocked out. Though currently that one directly next to you is still in sort of laying in the darkness. And now it is Kai's turn.
Oh boy.
You guys can hear Kai roaring, and something is definitely happening. We don't know what though, but I will go ahead and roll for her chances and odds. Okay. Now it's on to another line of the enemy's turn, so I'll try to move through this really quickly. You do there. Can't attack there. Okay. Okay. Another swing goes out at Zale. Right, Zale, can you roll me a dexterity save?
Okay.
All right, that easily passes. Well done. All right. Then from from the darkness, near Moriarty himself, there seems to step forth a sort of. Okay, hold on. Show this. there seems to step forth a sort of interesting being of darkness. It seems to almost be a much more bulkier figure of darkness, and it seems to be pained as it steps into the circle of light. But it does seem to still stay somewhat intact, even though it seems to almost be like slowly, like almost dripping back towards the darkness from which it came, but it still seems to be standing there as it swings an attack at the bard. That does seem to hit him, just barely. Go ahead and...
These things are at least like spirits or souls, right?
Yes,
Okay, then I can curse them.
you can. And Moriarty is hit once again, disrupting his song. He looks kind of worse for wear, as his music is temporarily disabled. Luckily, Sidier is directly next to him, which is helping to keep him up. Then we go on to this guy, who makes an attack.
Wait, that thing's attacks can pass through the light of the
Yes.
candle? Oh, damn.
It seems to be specifically pained in doing so, but it can actually take some swings through it. It does seem to be, almost very quickly, like, melding away, but it does seem to be able to tank it at least for a little bit. But here we go, another attack. Ooh, okay, oh boy. Zale, we're gonna need another dexterity check from you as the darkness is once again trying to swallow you up. Unfortunately, that is not good enough, as you feel one of the beings of darkness grapple onto you, and much like Ristforn, you start to hear the whisper of the ancient beings slowly start to fill your mind, but with only one voice trying to take over your mind. It seems to be definitely not enough to actually do anything. That one moves, but it does seem you are going to be swished at again. Swishy swoosh. And you will need another dexterity check. Luckily, you are. You're really on point. Like at what you get slapped once, you back away another time. You get you're actually able to shake the grasp of the first one from this, and while doing so, you manage to get out of the way of the second one. And I'll even give you the additional benefit of you can move if you really want to. Good choice. But at the end of your turn, the commoner is out like a light. Ristforn, it is now your turn. You are currently being grappled by one being of darkness that is whispering sweet nothings into your ear in some language you don't really know. It's kind of like omelette du fromage or something like that. I don't know. Okay, some of you laughed. Good. Either way, though, it is now your turn, and you can go ahead and attempt to get ungrappled by the foreign invader.
I'm checking my abilities again real quick.
Feel free.
Ooh.
You're welcome to obliterate the dark. Can I cast sunlight?
Is that a spell that you have?
No.
Then no.
Alright, I am going to try and break free first off.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll for that.
I think that would be more... Usually for grapple, it's either acrobatics or athletics. Acrobatics. Well, fine!
Yeah,
You know what I'm gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Electrify.
Chaos Bolt.
Go
Thing.
ahead and give me another roll because you don't. I mean, you. You could feel it grappling you. So you know what? I'll go ahead and say that the advantage versus disadvantage evens out. So yeah, okay. You 17. That definitely hits.
Perfect.
You shoot like a chaos bolt, like point blank. While being grappled, and you hear the creature just kind of. Because it seems to back away. You didn't need to roll damage, but you did anyways. It seems to be especially potent.
That would be... Okay, so this would be a... Oh, perfect! Lightning damage!
Yes?
And as my bonus action, I am using tempestuous magic to fly.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, cool. From the lightning bolt, though, you did see a sort of shock through the darkness, and it kind of helped show the shape of things. You were able to make out the shape of the other individual that was indeed assaulting you. It doesn't seem to be very happy about that.
Well, I flew away, so I am...
You did.
I'm good. I'm safe.
No,
Cat...
you're actually not safe.
I
You're not inside.
will...
You're not inside either of the ranges of either of the protective forces.
Okay,
Or one
then
of
I'll
the two
go there.
Okay, there you go. Congratulations. And Sidiers, now your turn.
I'm gonna move past Moriarty and I'm gonna hit this air elemental with a word of radiance.
All right. Go ahead and slap me a roll. Or is that one of the things that doesn't need a roll?
It needs a con save.
Okay. Well, if all right, yeah, no, this thing doesn't even actually stand a chance. As you both get near it with your candle, which seems to already make it sort of like kind of like hiss and wither, the ward of radiance seems to just completely demolish it and is then banished as it seeds back into the darkness.
Is there any other things within 5 feet of me?
There are not actually.
All right.
There were some other key locations you probably could have done that with, but that was not one of them.
Also, what does the candle do whenever he moves here?
What do you mean?
More sight, I guess.
Because Sidier has that special candle,
Yes.
and he moved here. So does it light up the area below him, or like push back any of the?
It does, and it would, but there was nothing there.
Okay.
Governor 1 is that person is out. As Sidier has moved, now it seems that a few people have become open to attacks. So, Crag, you are actually getting swept at now.
No,
Okay.
Craig's still in Moriarty's.
Moriarty's has been temporarily disabled by the
Oh yeah.
big
Never
air
mind.
boy that walked in. So we have to get back to his turn for him to set it back up.
Oh, I should have stayed still.
Maybe. Maybe not, because you did kind of save Moriarty there. He's pretty low on HP right now. But Craig, you need to roll a dexterity save. Craig.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
Sorry about that. My mouse is being a bit weird.
All right. You actually make the dexterity save against that actually ridiculously high roll that was against you. So congratulations. You are managed to you're able to sense the darkness moving around you, and you move in an erratic pattern, which helps you dive, duck, and dodge it. You seem to be very good at that. You will need another dexterity save though, as it seems there are several that are. But go ahead and give me 2 more dexterity saves. Beautiful. That next one might hit. Let me take a look and give it a roll. Nope, you are safe. You seem to be very, very slippery boy.
They
Have
can't hit a 7-foot knoll.
Yeah, well, you're a very slippery hunter, Noel. So you do some acrobatics while staying in the same spot. You basically do breakdancing, and they're very confused on how to actually deal with that. Meanwhile, does the bat Zyre have the same luck? Zyre, go ahead and give me a dex save. Everyone's dancing around, jumping back and forth. Ooh.
There,
Yeah,
not have a good roll.
I honestly thought you would have that. Okay, Zyre, you are also grappled for the first time with the whispering omelette du fromage in your ear. Not doing anything currently, but it is, holding you in place more or less, and seeding your mind with whatever this sort of weird language is. Moriarty sits back up a little. He's got a bit of a bloody nose. He's a little bruised and battered, as they don't seem to be trying to possess him as they are trying to straight up take him out. Regardless, though, he strums his lute again as the light from his instrument, his lute, fills the air around him again and pushes back the darkness from Wristforn, Graham, and Crag. Crag, it is now your turn.
I pull out my longsword and swing behind me towards the thing.
All right, that would be directly to your right on the map. Go ahead and give me a roll with disadvantage.
Sorry, my mouse is still being weird.
It's almost stopped being weird. It's only weird if they make it weird. Mice are such weird people.
It rolled twice. One was a natural 20 and the other one was a 2. I don't know why it rolled twice.
You know what? Out of the respect for the natural 20, and mainly because I don't want this to keep being a lot of hit or miss, I'll go ahead and respect the nat 20 and pretend that you rolled that. Zim, go ahead and give me a crit success card.
As you wish.
So I'm trying to get to the climax of this event. Ooh. It's going to be a very fun climax.
Pierce. Triple damage. So
Nice.
triple the dice that you're rolling. That's...
You don't need to roll damage. These are much like the other darkness things that you faced off before, but you can go ahead and do so. As you basically cleave through the thing, you're pretty sure, you can't quite tell, but you're pretty sure you would have, sliced the darkness through the midsection clean in half. Obviously piercing right through it. As you can hear it shrieking away into, bleeding back into the darkness. You feel like the area around you is slightly less cluttered, but only slightly. As everyone has that sort of sense of like when you can feel other things like they're like really close to you. It feels like less of that, but still clustered, of course. Zale, is now your turn.
So my understanding is something tried to grapple Crag earlier. Are they still near Crag or what?
Well, Cragwood did seem to hit something near him and did seem to make it go away. It's questionable, though, whether or not there are more things next to Crag, as it is complete darkness, as far as you can tell.
And all 3 commoners are knocked out.
Yes.
Is that air elemental on the left there still visible or not?
If you happen to have glanced in that general direction when Restaurant's lightning went off, which because you are actually afraid of lightning, I'll go ahead and say that you did. You know that there was a spirit sort of hanging around there at that moment.
But it's not actually visible right now.
It's not actually visible, but you saw it was standing there.
Okay.
So for the moment, that is a known location of it. You don't see it, but you do know it's there.
I think then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the dodge action after moving here.
Take the dodge action?
Yeah. So I focus entirely on avoiding attacks until the start of my next turn. Any attack roll against me has disadvantage.
Alright. Sounds like a pretty good plan. Luckily you are more or less gathered around the bard, so that's a good thing. Graham, it is your turn then. Assuming Zeal, you're not. Yeah, no, you already said you're doing dodge. So.
I will blind fire and Eldritch Blast at the spirit who I'm pretty sure isn't dead, but I at least knew where its location was at some point.
Because of the lightning flash. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage.
All right. Oops. Not what I meant to do.
I use Eldritch Blast. Okay, that's a pretty good disadvantage roll. Yeah, no, you blast your Eldritch Blast into the general direction, and you can see you can see it shooting through the darkness for like half a moment before you can see it dissipating on a form of mass, giving you fair
Does the
confidence.
Eldritch Blast light up any of the other? Because I'm pretty sure it's like a beam, essentially.
Yeah, you do. Like, there is another flash of area around where the thing was. Unfortunately, though, it does not seem to actually reveal anything.
Alright.
Welcome to Minesweeper D&D edition. But is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Alright. We go over to Zyre.
Alright, I'm going to try to break free of the one that's currently grappling me.
Alright, give me a strength check.
What are my rolls?
Buddy. It don't work. You just kind of like grapple around in the sort of weird sort of hug that you guys are in. As just seems to kind of sit there and continue whispering to you. It doesn't seem to, be doing much. Again, it's basically like it's talking to you in a single voice that you just really don't understand. It's really uncomfortable. It's bad touch. But you are still grappled and cannot move. So now it's Kai's turn. And you hear Kai roaring and thwomping around a bit more. I'm going to roll for Kai again. if the dice will roll. That bodes well. All right. And on to the stupidly long list of things that rolled higher than everyone else. That. All right. Yeah, Craig, you are being swoopy swiped at again. Swoopity swoop swiped at. I'm gonna need that good old dexterity save. You know the one.
Oh no.
Oof. You're actually, as you fail that save, you are actually pulled into the darkness.
Craig
Oh, nice.
ran out of breakdancing energy.
Yeah, he did. But you are yoinked into the darkness.
Yoink.
all spooky, like he just, Zil, you just glance next to you and you see, whoop.
The cartoon like where you just immediately disappear.
It's like you get like nabbed by the ankle and just shoot.
Oh. I dropped a candle while I fall, gets thrown.
But yeah, you didn't have a candle. What?
I did have a candle.
You weren't having a candle lit though.
I had a candle lit at the beginning.
Craig did?
No. Sidier.
Oh, you're not. Craig was not in the range of your candle.
Oh, I thought you said Sidier got yoinked.
No, it was Craig. Craig
Oh.
got yoinked into the darkness. And just having the sweet nothings of whispering, yada yada. You guys know the deal.
I'm really glad none of them grabbed Graham because he has shit for wisdom.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't think my wisdom's very good either.
I got a +3.
You guys.
This one's got a
hear-
+3, but.
Ooh,
you
I
know.
got a +2.
You guys hear
Oh no,
movement
+2, yeah.
in the darkness as per usual. Another thingamabibble goes for you, Craig. It seems to sort of more or less flop around and completely miss you. So you don't need to worry about that. On to the next one. Do-do-do-do. So this could be problematic. Okay, Craig, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity save. I'm going to need you to pass it.
Nope.
What?
Craig is all out of breakdancing juice.
All right.
Like the game seriously wants us to have critical wins or critical fails.
It does. It really does. It's making things very interesting. Well, as you are, as darkness seems to wash over you, you find yourself standing back up and glancing around, and you see a very peculiar sight because all around you, you yourself do not actually see darkness. You see yourself standing as though it was the normal sunny light of day, and all around you are individuals and beings who you've never met before, but you feel a great sense of camaraderie with them as they are trying to drive out these forces of darkness, which are standing directly to your left.
Do they look like how I saw the darkness when I was not corrupted?
More or less, yes.
Ooh. I can't tell anyone this.
You cannot currently, as it seems the sides have changed for you. You see one sitting cross-legged, seeming to be performing some sort of evil sort of rite as the others try to gather around and protect him.
I try to make mental note of this. Do I need to roll for that? Or will I remember this when I come out of it? If I come out of it.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll for that.
Would that be intelligence or wisdom? Or
Wisdom.
something else?
Wisdom. Nah.
The hyena is too dumb.
Heine is very dumb. But luckily that does... well, it doesn't end your turn because that wasn't your turn. But it is now Ristforn's turn. You guys do notably see Craig with the purple eyes now.
And we still don't see what is doing that to him.
Not directly, no. Yeah, no, not. He's standing up now, and he seems to be basically all on his own.
Well, I don't see options here, so I'm gonna do... Crag, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Already?
Damn, my spell failed. I'm gonna do Frostbite, which would give disadvantage on the next weapon attack.
Luckily, he's using his off weapon. Oh wait, no, that was Zale. No, he's still using his bow.
No, I had my longsword out. Unless the evil master people made me take out my...
No, you still have your longsword out. They seem to... They don't seem to be necessarily controlling you, but they have at least sort of... As far as you can tell, they're the good guys, and your friends are the bad guys.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, you are still you, which is strange.
I will move in front of Zale, and I shall put my shield up towards Craig.
As you move, you hear hissing towards like the immediate north of you as your your candle seems to ward off some of the nearby darkness. But you raise your shield to Craig. Do you shield Zale, you said?
No, I'm just gonna shield Zale from him coming any closer to him.
Okay. Anything else you do?
Can I do breast lightning into the air to light up the
could.
surrounding area?
You could, yes. Though your candle's already doing that.
Well, it'd light up a lot more.
I think he means like reveal a larger area.
Yeah, you could do that.
I'd like to spew a bunch of lightning straight up in the air.
Go ahead. As you do so, it seems to, shock and arc about as it can. And it does reveal just a bit more area.
And Zale's on the ground, hugging his knees, crying.
Does it also does it reveal any of the shadows?
It does actually show the position of where two of them were. The two that had been forced to back up a moment ago. And then it goes to there. It goes to there. That guy tries to do that. Boop-a-da-boo. That guy tries to... Yes. And Zaire, you are getting swooped at again.
Poor Zaire.
Go ahead and give me a dex check. Aw. You just barely missed that one.
We should really get back inside.
Pardon? Yeah. It might be a good idea, anyways. But either way, you are once more grabbed by another pair of hands, and you must now make a wisdom save. But you are a wise and sage individual, and you will not be swayed by whatever these things are saying. Good for you. Though you are having a lovely little group hug. That one just continues to grapple you and whisper at you, but that doesn't really do anything. As Moriarty McCann has now actually gone a full turn without getting smacked out of his music continues. Day turns to night, and now we must fight. For darkness seeks only its only blood right. Take heed in the odds, and call to your gods. If you wish to live through the night, we must call upon the holy rite, until we see again the light of day. Otherwise, he continues to keep the circle around him glowing. But it does seem to give sort of hint to what must come next. Crag, it is now your turn. The first turn of which you are on the offensive instead of the defensive, to drive the invaders from this lovely place that you have always known as home. Because what other places have you known as home? You wouldn't know.
Crag takes a swing at the big dragon.
Go ahead and do me that roll. Oof. Cityr, you take 4 damage, it seems. As Crag seems to be very angrily stabbing at you. But luckily you have the big shield and the big armor. But this guy seems to be freaking insane, man. Regardless, it is now Zale's turn. As you are softly reeling from that blow. Oh, I have received that.
Let's see. Zale kind of stands up shakily. He's still disturbed by the lightning show that just occurred next to him. Like, this does not seem like this is the party for him.
This is out of character, but your person has a really bad weakness for this party.
Yeah.
I only got one.
Let's see.
Zale is currently pissed. His pants.
Probably. Let's see. I guess he tries to shield Sidyr's side by going here and swings his short sword at the Air Elemental 3, I guess.
Go ahead. Give me that swingy swing. Give me the heroic dash forward to swipe at the darkness. That is perfectly enough to just nick it, but a nick seems to be enough to even drive back the most potent of darkness as it fades back, almost screeching with light wounds. But that brings an end to your turn. And it is now the turn of Graham Ashfell.
Actually, I want to take an action surge.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I kind of only just decided on it though. Action surge just basically says I spend a bonus action to get another action and bonus action.
Okay.
And I'll swipe at the Air Elemental 14.
All right, in your adrenaline of being scared crapless, you do manage to take 2 swipes and drive back the darkness in pure fever of basically adrenaline shifted fear.
All right, now my turn's over.
And for the moment, everything near you almost seems safe if it wasn't for Crag being a big dumb idiot and stabbing its cityr. But
No one ever said gnolls are smart.
that is true. It is now Graham's turn.
Graham is going to turn to Moriarty and be like, "Okay, what's this ritual thing you're talking about? Tell me now."
He sits there continuing to play the music. The music stops for half a second and the circle almost stops to glow before he remembers to continue playing and focuses on the music. He doesn't seem to be it seems that as though if he were going to take his time to answer you and stop playing music, it would drop the barrier that he is currently putting up that is protecting you guys. You will have to infer it from yourselves.
Okay. Well, as none of us know any holy rites.
I mean,
I
you
wonder who.
know, there could be someone amongst your party who happens to, do this kind of thing. I mean, you don't know each other, so I just no. I don't know.
Well, anyways, I will Eldritch Blast air elemental. Would I be? Do I know that it's there?
Yeah, I think you've seen Zyre actually putting up a bit of a fight from that direction, so I'll go ahead and say that you do. Though it is still going to be a roll at disadvantage because it is darkness within darkness. You just know its general location.
Nope.
Yeah, you fired off and it goes right above the thing's heads, and they give us a little.
At least I light it up.
Yeah, they gave a hiss of discontent, and you were able to see quite a bit past them. But you did also take note of. I need to find them in the listing. This boy and this boy. So you do know that those guys are there now.
Before I end my turn, Graham looks at City here. Do God things! Do it, please! Ask your God for help, for the love of God! and Graham's turn.
Right, Zyre's turn.
Alright, so I'm assuming I can't really do much other than try to break free.
Yeah, because you're basically grappled. You can't really move or do anything. You can only try to break free. Yeah, that's not enough. I wanted to say that was, but unfortunately that's not. So you are still being whispered to. You will need another wisdom save, though. Hopefully this will be a good roll for you. That is enough to keep your wisdom intact. Because of your sage wisdom, though they are starting to get to you. Just a bit. You feel if you can't really get away from them soon, it might be bad. Anyways, it's Kai's turn again. Ooh, fuck. Hold on. Ah, boy. Well. Kai comes marching up, her head kind of like rearing back and forth as 3 of these things are grappling onto her, and they seem to slowly swoom into her, and then she's got purple eyes as well. She seems happy to see Craig, though.
Crag probably waves at Kai as soon as he can recognize her.
Sorry, what?
Crag would probably wave at Kai as soon as he can recognize her.
That is the end of Kai's turn currently. So it is back to...
Would I have to wait for my turn to do something with divine?
You would. Where's this guy? Huh. I'm guessing... Okay, whatever. This boy moves up and over here to Slippity... Well, no, he can't actually do anything from there. Also, he shouldn't be visible because he is darkness within darkness. Whoopsie-doo.
Wasn't 3 and 8 knocked out, or was there a different number?
The only ones that should be knocked out are commoners.
But what I meant was I attacked 2 of them.
Yes.
Did they not get removed, or
They did not.
am I missing up what number they are?
No, you did hit both of them.
I think they're getting stronger.
I think I got what's going on. Never mind.
Yeah, you did drive them back, but they are still driving forward. Where are you? Okay, you... no, you're down there, okay. Sorry. So weird working with these guys. Whoomsh. Graham, you notice, another one of those big boys seems to be stepping forward into the light to swoop at you, actually.
Oh joy.
Let's give them the good old 1-2 kicker.
Although I would imagine him being in the light is just pure agony.
Oh, it absolutely is. But, oosh. Oosh. Oof. Oof. Graham, you take... Oh, he rolled max damage. You take 12 damage from this buddy. As he just, like...
Why do you hate me?
He straight up just freaking backhands you. Like, these guys...
Well, guess what I'm doing? Suffer in pain, bitch. Hellish rebuke.
Is that a reaction?
Yes,
Yes.
it can
Okay. Go ahead and give me that rebuke.
Let's see. Does it? Do I have to? I have to roll attack on that still, don't I?
be. It's a save.
Okay. So.
Go ahead and roll it. Or activate it so I can read it. One of the two.
Roll the save and then roll the damage because you do half damage and automatically calculates it.
So, is that it?
And then roll your damage.
Does it make the save though?
It does not.
It would automatically calculate it.
Alright. Damn it!
No, the damage is still six. Because, like I said, these are only stand-ins. So that does do full damage to it. And that does seem to wither it away a lot more. It seems to be on its last legs. So it does seem to be... Like, it walked in as like a big, bulky boy, and then it like faded away slightly from being in the light, then it swiped at you, then you smacked it back, and now it's like skinny boy. It went from a Chad to a virgin. Anyways, it is the next thing's turn. Where's the next thing? Oh, okay. There you are. Next thing's turn. Where's the next thing? There you are. Next
That's a
thing's
lot of
turn.
things. That's a lot of things
Okay,
between
hold on,
22 and 19.
On 2d10, I rolled a 6 for damage.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of things. Wristforn, it is your turn. Wait, are we allowed to use the Skyrim music for this? Because I just noticed we're using Skyrim battle music for this.
First one.
Razim?
First form was absorbed by the darkness like Crag.
No!
Okay, there we go.
Zim, we can hear you. At least we could for a second.
Alright.
There we
So, Craig is possessed. We've got this big guy down there. We got a whole bunch over there.
And we also have Kai.
Wristform's
Of
gonna
course,
move
the dumb
here.
Knoll and his bear get possessed first.
Stupid Noel, you made me look bad. Ooh. Craig does,
Craig, con save.
Craig succeeded.
No, Craig rolls.
Oh, for some odd reason it rolled on my end of things, but yeah, okay.
Yay, I succeeded. There. Oh, jeez.
Out.
Well,
Don't
Craig,
kill him now.
advantage on the next.
Would you like me to actually say that? Because I'll be speaking in Draconic.
Yeah, you can go ahead and take your moment to make this prayer. As you do so, the cloaked figure with the birdcage steps out of the bar. Seems to be peering around curiously. He seems to be a rather elderly gentleman. As he steps out, he sets the cage down in front of himself and lifts the tarp off of the birdcage, revealing 7 glowing golden finches. As he reveals them, he then opens the cage and they shoot out, flying around in a large circle, flying around the party as it seems their very presence seems to be giving off a sort of strange light to them. And it seems to slowly, one by one, blow the darkness away. Let me go ahead and give me a moment to... Gosh dang it. Push the darkness back for you. here.
Graham is giving the bird cage guy a look of, I swear if you could have done that from the beginning.
It makes this circle. Well, on the map, it's going to be a square, of course. It circles around, brandishing light and dispels the darkness away. Though the darkness still seems to sit at the edge of the circle at which the birds are flying around very quickly. Only seeming to be able to part out so far. Craig and Kai, even a moment later, seem to almost stagger backwards as they feel whatever ethereal influence was in them is now being departed from them. The gentleman walks up then to between Zale and Ristforn and kind of goes just to tap Sidier on the shoulder.
I look towards him.
He gives you a soft smile. You've never met this gentleman in your life, but when you see him, you feel as though you know him, and you feel a deep sense of trust within him as he holds out a hand to you.
I will happily accept his hand.
As you take his hand, a glowing begins to sort of encompass the both of you. As you start to be taken up by this elderly gentleman, and he starts to gently levitate into the air with you being held in his hand. As you slowly start to ascend upwards, you both become absorbed in light. Everyone else, from the ground, you witness just, this guy come over, grab Sidier's hand, and then they both start to fly upwards. It's a very interesting sight as half a moment later, you just see in about 50 feet up in the air, soon there is now the form of a massive dragon. The dragon is radiating light and seems to be giving off an aura of frost as it gives out a massive roar. At that moment, the 7 gold and flying birds that were making a circle become wyverns and speed off to join this dragon, as they then fly straight towards the center of the eclipse that was breaking over the land. You're all left there for a moment to simply gaze in awe as they shoot off, making a straight line of trailing frosty light towards that eclipse before minutes later, it seems like, as you simply watch, almost dumbfounded, and it pierces through the dark eclipse, shattering it, letting the sunlight burst through once more, and letting the entire landscape once again feel the warmth and safety of daylight.
Well, that was fancy. Risvorn turns to the others. Well, looks like I'm the captain now.
I cannot say I did not expect that from Resforn.
I don't know if I approve of that.
So, be the captain, figure out where Sidier went, etc., etc.
Yeah, in Sidier's place, there's left nothing but the shield Sidier had carried with the emblem of Bahamut upon it. Though, instead of the normal shield it once was, it now seems to be behind the emblem of Bahamut, which still seems pure. The shield itself almost seems to be shimmering with a sort of darkness to it, as though it has been sealed away within the shield. Sidier is now simply gone.
Graham looks very sad.
Crag heavily considers touching the shield.
Well, I don't think Crag is possessed anymore.
Craig is not possessed anymore now. I did mention that both Craig and Kai are no longer possessed.
Can I roll another wisdom check to remember what I was seeing on the other side, or have I fully
You
failed
may
that
not.
one?
You may not.
Alright.
Zale asked the spellcasters in the group, like, do you think this is safe to touch or what?
I can probably maybe check that out. Knowledge Arcana? I know nothing.
Though this would honestly be more knowledge religion.
I don't feel like we should leave this thing sitting out in the open around all these villagers. That
You
seems
better
like
not
a
leave it.
recipe for bad things happening.
Probably a good point. I guess someone's just gonna have to risk it, and Zale just reaches down and grabs the shield.
As you grab the shield, you feel a strange sort of sensation. You feel stronger, but you really don't like the feeling of it.
Fistform will shoot lightning right past him. Oh.
I know.
Zale freaks out and throws the shield at Wristform's head.
Appropriate response.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll for that.
I'm not
Roll for
actually.
improvised.
I'm just having fun teasing
This
about
is
it.
why Wristforn's authority as the other half of the co-captain will probably never be recognized.
Okay, Zim, you're gonna have to give us a crit card.
Okay, as I said, I'm not actually doing it.
Okay. Well then,
It's
I'll-
just for fun kind of thing.
He did mention that beforehand.
And just for fun, give me a crit card so I know how badly you guys are face with a shield.
Don't throw my shield around.
Yeah, the either way, as you do pick up the shield, you do feel stronger, but it feels really bad. Like it's like it's almost like you're stronger, but you're really cheated at it.
Let's sell it to Greaves.
Yeah, let's sell it to Greaves.
Greaves is actually poking his head outside. Is it safe?
Yes. Do you want a magic shield?
Greaves softly adjusts his spectacles as he glances over at that. Oh, that's not magic. Well, it is.
Oh, do you want it?
No. He just slowly backs inside and closes the door. You can still hear him just going, no.
Can you at least, could you possibly get rid of it then?
No. He's just like, no, I don't want anything to do with that. That's your problem.
I feel as though we should really like ditch this thing in the ocean or something. Or at least bury it like under like 10 feet of dirt.
I mean, if you really think about it, what would Sidier do to you if she found out you took her shield and put it in the ocean? Which one's worse, the shield or the Sidier?
I'm pretty sure the explanation of your shield was most likely cursed and possessed by the entire apocalypse.
Moriarty just softly glances up from his seated position, softly rubbing his wounds. Why don't you just purify it?
don't think we can do that.
Have you tried?
Our cleric vanished. Didn't you see that whole light show? It was kind of hard to miss.
He casually gestures to the side. There's other priests and clerics, aren't there? She wasn't the only one in the world.
Are there going to be any in this small? Because this is a small village, isn't it? I don't think this place is going to have priest or cleric, and I don't really
They
feel
always
comfortable.
do. There's almost always a temple, even if it's a very small one. It's not usually much of a variety of deities that are worshipped. Yeah, usually just one per town. But there's always a temple of some sort.
Alright, then we should definitely go there and get it purified.
Right, that sounds like a plan. I think there's one that's just a small shoot out of town. They want it to be, a little bit more left alone, but it should just be a small walk.
I
So
hope
it
they
goes
at least
back
take
to
our
his-
job if they want to be left alone.
Still goes back to his broken weapon and collects the pieces.
Oh, because of the godlike magic, that's repaired.
Okay. Well. picks up
Also,
his
all the
restored
citizens,
spear.
all the commoners seem to be perfectly healthy and just like waking up as though they, had just been sleeping. They show no signs of actually having been bludged, forced trauma to, being KO'd.
Yeah, that might have been a different story if we had killed them, though, still.
Maybe.
But no broken spines on the commoners, gotcha.
Yeah, they start sort of like picking themselves up, seeming a little shaky to be waking up in the middle of the street. They kind of give weird glances to the adventurers. They're just like, you know what? I don't even wanna. just kind of like go back to their normal lives, thinking maybe we just
Graham
drank
just
too much.
smiles and waves at them as they leave.
Yeah. But I believe we are just about out of time, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
2 more hours tonight.
Wait, we've got 2 more hours?
My coworker's letting me go in later.
Oh. Well then, that's actually somewhat good news. That means I can...
Yeah, we can
More
keep
or
going
less.
a little longer.
Right, that's fine. I just need to set more up softly, so... I did have more planned, I just didn't have the map imported yet. I was planning to do that next week, but I can try and push it to this week. Or at least get it started off for all of you. It was a little side quest, more or less. City Air, if you would like to keep playing, you can...
If you're not ready, we can just end.
I'm not directly ready, but like I said, I could at least set it up a little. I can at least make...
Improvise.
I can improvise the... Well, not improvise, but... without telling you, I can still do part of it, I just can't do all of it. So...
Alright, let's get on it.
Okay, so as Sidir is gone, and you are left with her shield, I assume you take up her shield and whatnot. Zale currently has Sidir's shield, so Zale, please take note that you are carrying the shield of Sidir.
Okay.
It was the only thing Sidir had that was left behind. It seems to be more or less it. As you are carrying it around, well, actually, no. This is actually a good point. Not to move forward, but I did not mention that from this event you do all actually level up.
Ooh, yay, I like leveling up. Leveling up is good.
Also, Zale, after experiencing that event and while bearing, after picking up the shield, you do notice that your whistle is now glowing a soft, glittering gold.
so I kind of like it's on the chain on my neck, and I'm kind of
Yes.
like fiddling with it, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to blow it or not. Like, this is not ordinary.
I don't remember
how
quite
much-
what the thing was about.
The whistle?
Yeah.
The whistle can either be used at any time as a sort of get out of jail free card. It was not specified whether it was for you specifically or for the party. Otherwise, it can provide a boon.
How much does City Air Shield weigh?
It's 6 pounds.
Sidir, you also obviously level up too.
I'm already doing it.
Okay.
Zale's kind of off by himself and has his back to the party, and he's kind of like he's really hesitant. He can't really make up his mind, and then he just kind of shrugs and blows on the whistle.
After blowing on the whistle, you hear a strange sort of screeching ring through the air as the whistle sort of floats up from your neck, and the string around it kind of snaps with little to no effort as it floats up and seems to wisp off into the sky, only for half a moment later a large creature to be flapping and floating down to you. The air around you billowing. Everyone else can see as they turn and look to you that there is a large rabbit-like creature with massive wings that softly flaps down and lands beside you.
Graham looks at it in awe.
It's adorable.
Zale kind of like very cautiously walks toward it and puts out his hand, like he's completely ready to pull his hand back. Like he knows that the animals can bite, but like
The creature
kinda
seems to
stretching
almost immediately have an affinity towards you as it presses its head somewhat eagerly into your hand.
Okay, so Zale kind of smiles and starts patting it and petting it, and starts giving it a scratch behind its ears and stuff like that.
Its very large foot thumps as you do that.
Zale turns to the party. Hey guys, you know those whistles? When they start glowing, you might want to start blowing on them.
Wait, do we all get
and then-
whistles?
You all got a whistle.
Oh, okay.
They will all start glowing for you individually at a certain point for a boon.
Zale kind of turns back to the rabbit and says, "I'm gonna call you Visitara."
So what you go?
My name is Graham.
McCann just kind of looks up from the ground and just goes, "You all got whistles?"
Yeah.
Can I have one?
No.
He pouts softly and seems sad. But it looks really shiny. How much money do they go for?
Well, given what just happened, probably way more than you could ever afford.
I mean, unless you give me one. You just glance his way, whatever. I can start deleting these off of the combat tracker.
Xanathar's Guide now.
Available. I'd need to load it.
Who? What now?
Xanathar's guide.
Okay. Was it in Xanathar's guide?
Well, the Cavalier is, so.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he
I
needs to
think
level
I
up with that.
needed to-
Alright, so is then?
And I finally get the Pact of the Blade.
Yeah, everyone's starting to get into their element, so to speak. So I'm gonna have to start actually hitting you hard now. I'm deleting so many things off the combat tracker.
That could have got messy.
Oh, it absolutely could have.
There is an option in the menu tracker to just delete all non-friendly.
I wish you would have told me that, like, at least
I
5
have
seconds
told you
ago.
before.
You probably have, but you know what? I'm bad at listening.
We've noticed.
Anyways, it seems that Graham, Craig, and Moriarty are
I
all
think I
kind
get
of
to be friends with my bear now.
worse for wear. Yeah, you and Guy, between both being possessed, seem to have a stronger connection.
You'll need
Connection
to.
through evil magic powers.
There's a magic ritual that you'll need to perform. But yes, you'll have be
I'm reading it
magically empowered. He'll lose a little bit, overall gaining better. Ooh, Dragon's Breath.
You can get Oh, you can.
I mean, Sidier kind of like, just comes with it naturally.
I wish PDFs weren't so hard to copy and paste from.
Yeah, I can understand that, honestly, personally.
Well, I think that's so that you can't just copy and paste the whole PDF and share it and stuff like that.
I mean, at least you can copy paste now. It used to be, years ago, it used to be that they were practically images.
Oh, by the way, did we hit our donator goal?
No, you would have heard it, and I would have interrupted to thank them profusely.
Okay. All right,
I
we
don't
still
have
got
enough money.
2 hours to get this donation goal.
Whoa.
So come on, people watching, shell out your cash. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, what are we doing?
Are we not done leveling up? Are we done leveling up?
I'm still leveling up because I have to deal with PDF.
Okay. For those of us not leveling up, we do have 3 individuals who are pretty much worse for wear. You do have to decide whether or not you want to head off to the priest or priestess, or
Graham coughs up blood. I'm okay.
Hang
Well,
on,
he
Gold.
said he's okay, so let's go.
Gold, I need you to click library and load the.
It's
Avatar
already
stuff.
available. You need to go load it.
Well, it says it's loaded, but it's not showing up in any of my.
Because it takes some
classes.
time to load up.
Yeah,
You're
you need to be
downloading it
patient.
from the...
Yeah, it's
Oh,
all there.
Wait, there it is. There it is. I got it.
Oh, you just need to, be patient on.
I needed to refresh it. That's what I needed to do. I thought it was something you had to load.
Hello?
I just want to congratulate everyone on leveling up.
Well,
hey,
hi, Dova.
Great job, everyone. You're doing great. I love you all. A round of applause, everyone. Good job.
No, don't worry, we love you too.
I gotta do it because Dova showed up.
Where have you been?
Somewhere. Gold King knows exactly where I've been.
Over
Lancer?
the rainbow.
Lancer?
Actually, well, never mind.
Lancer?
I don't know why I came in here, other than to say that.
Thank you.
Lancer?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
You know, I don't really want to take this spell, but at the same time I do.
Because
Is
it's
it more
short.
lightning?
I think he's looking at Dragon's Breath.
Ooh.
I'm looking at that spell. Zale, you can't metagame.
Huh? What?
You can't metagames, yeah.
Can't metagame. Stop it.
I'm not metagaming.
Well, either whether or not you are or not, you cannot do metagaming. I'm just saying.
There you go. It's PSA.
Yeah.
But I can this spell to make it so that Zale actually breathes out lightning.
That's terrible. Why would he ever do that to him?
That's
You have
literally
become the
the
thing.
only reason why I'm actually considering it.
You have become the thing that you feared the most. Do we have anyone in the party currently who can heal?
I can heal.
No, our healer went bye-bye.
Who can heal?
Desire.
You took our you took our leader and our healer.
Yeah, you don't need to.
I'm the
Got
leader.
Discord.
I'm the captain now.
Look at me.
Also,
I'm the captain now.
Zaire, I keep forgetting that you are a druid and not a monk.
Yeah,
Me
I keep thinking
too.
he's a monk too.
Me too. Me too.
It's his outfit and the staff and just... He looks like a monk.
He does.
Yep.
Well, go ahead and give us those healy doos.
I'm surprised Bahumut didn't.
I need the heals the most, just so
We
you're
could just go long rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could. That
Very
is
true.
an option. I just figured.
Also,
you guys won't.
I'm gonna have to go with this.
Okay. We don't blame you, but we at the same time we very much do.
I support this decision.
Moriarty also needs to.
Well, it'll just speed up the mutiny.
Oh, wait. Maybe I should go with this instead. So many good spells! Ugh! Especially campaign Shadow Blade. When you use the sword to attack a target that is in dim light or darkness, you make the attack roll with advantage. And it's 2d8 psychic damage. So, you know, that whole situation, I could have just been attacking them and I would have had advantage. Instead of disadvantage or just normal.
I need to roll some things for Kai.
What do you need to roll?
Trait and flaw.
Well, just roll in the chat.
Okay.
Or you can just... They provide the rolling tables in case you can't pick one. come up with one, but otherwise you are allowed to just, you know, this is the one I want.
Okay. I think I'll just roll for them. Kai is a very stubborn bear. Gold King, should I PM you these in the side or just put them in chat?
Where are they?
The trait and flaw for Kai.
Sure, go ahead. DM me that. I'm sorry, this is probably very exciting for the viewers. Just, you know. Slightly unprepared, but also getting some utilities out of the way. Oh, that's interesting. Are these actual traits and flaws?
Yep.
Chili?
Yeah, I'll copy and paste it to you if you want.
Please do. I want to actually see these written out. Like, they look beautiful, and I love them. But I just want to make sure that these are actual things.
I'd personally prefer 3 on trait, but I rolled anyway, so I'm just gonna go with what I got. Or you can pick them up to you, Gold King.
Oh my god. Oh, this is for Kai, though.
Yeah, these are all for Kai.
Oh no!
Should I go with the ones I rolled, or do you want to pick out 2?
You should go with you should go with the ones you rolled. That flaw is going to be problematic.
I know it is.
Oh my god. You're gonna be taking damage from Kai a lot.
Oh boy. Poor Crag, he's too stupid.
He is.
I think he's the dumbest person in the party.
He most likely is, but I would have to look at all of our stats side by side. What's your
Risforn's
intelligence?
gonna go up behind Zale and slap him on the back.
My intelligence is 12 minus 2 for being a knoll, so technically 10, I think. Or no, I already factored in the minus 2. So 12.
And Risforn's going to congratulate him on a good job well done. And he's gonna
You cut out there.
Sure, it's Zale. He's gonna make sure it's hard enough that you exhale.
Strength roll.
Zale is actually less smart than you.
Oh boy.
Snowy is really dumb.
Well, Snowy's just an animal.
Yeah. But it's still part of the party, so. And Graham has less intelligence than you as well.
Poor Graham.
So yeah, Graham and
Well,
Zale
none
are
of us
actually dumber
really
than
need a lot of intelligence.
you. Yeah, I mean, you all have more than enough intelligence to be functioning members of society and, you know, generally aware of what you're doing.
And I can play it off as Graham's lower intelligence being a result of being kind of
I mean, you're still technically you're all still technically above average as far as intelligence goes.
Fair enough.
So you're all still generally moderately intelligent. Even the dumbest of you.
I can't seem to find the ritual that I'm supposed to do for Kai.
If I recall correctly, there weren't a whole lot of good details. I just know it was an hour long. You're just kind of like weak and communing.
Oh. I need to spend 8 hours by giving 50 gold pieces worth of food in order to draw forth an animal from the wilderness. So I'm guessing since I already have the animal, I'll work on the cost with Gold King later.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
Is that all you need to do? Is just lure an animal with food?
Yeah.
50 gold
I mean,
pieces worth of.
You already have the animal, and it's already relatively friendly towards you. So I don't.
Honestly, I'd probably say we could cut the cost in half at least. But I would still say that the spell itself would require that.
I can also use 25 gold pieces of worth of food to revive her at any time.
Oh, luckily you have 23 gold pieces.
Can I sell someone something for 2 gold pieces?
I mean, you already.
Because it's half, right? So 25.
Moriarty offers to buy the boon whistle off of you for 2 gold pieces.
Alright.
Why would you do that?
I'm kidding.
You're not doing it?
Sale just
No.
comes over and hands you the 2 gold pieces.
I used those 2 gold pieces to buy Kai a banquet.
The tavern goes to making about a banquet fit for a bear. They actually need to hire a local hunter to get enough meat, as they didn't really have enough stocked. But they did. There was someone around who was like, "Yeah, I could do some hunting for you." You could even choose to go with him, as it seems the party is taking a bit of a longer rest to lick their wounds and kind of cope with the fact that Cityr is just gone.
Alright, yeah, I'll do that.
Because that's kind of a traumatic event, and I'm really sad about it, and the rest of you should be too.
No, but none of us think that he's dead. He just got abducted by a dragon in the flight.
Crag just assumes it's weird god stuff, which he usually assumes when sparkly things happen, and gets over it.
Also, honest, us have really built that much of a bond with each other yet.
Yeah, no, I know.
Graham is the only one.
I was
Graham
trying...
is the only one who I think actually got even remotely attached to anyone.
I was trying to form an emotional connection from that whole little event, but okay.
Graham got sad.
Congratulations, Graham. You are the one person in the party that has an actual conscience.
I'm just a gnoll. I have very simple mind.
He has a conscience as long as Snowy is within reach.
As long, yeah. Risthorn, for my sake, do you where did you put the races for like the various animal races people?
They are in the D&D channel here on Discord. At the very top.
After Kai is done gorging, I will take over her character sheet.
At the D&D channel. The books, right?
Correct, at the top.
Okay. So do I need to like input these things manually for various cards and whatnot?
What are you talking about?
Like to put these races into a character card.
Yes, it would have to be manual.
Okay.
You mean a character sheet?
Yeah, I do have the character sheet. How would I put it into a character sheet, or would I just enter it manually, which he said?
Enter manually.
Okay. That is fine by me.
Okay, since we're doing setup, I'm gonna just go ahead and end the stream.
Okay, gotcha. That's fair enough. Well, but regardless, thank you everyone for coming and joining us and watching and seeing Sidier go into a massive dragon of light to save us all from the darkness. Praise Sidier, the new god.
Thank you, everybody, so much for joining us this evening for Tales of Miraleth Dungeons and Dragons. I will be back tomorrow with Diablo 3, followed by Undertale, so do come on by for that. We've got Tales of Miraleth should be back next week, and there's Bits of Furry Dungeons and Dragons on Friday, so you know, plenty of D&D and other fun content to look forward to. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. Because of you guys, I can keep bringing you this content. I really can't do it without you. We'll be back, and I bid you all a very fond adieu.
Goodbye.
I bid
Bye.
you farewell.
Bye.